Insomnia can affect your love life. How does insomnia affect the body? Insomnia is a sleep disorder that affects millions of people around the world and can have devastating impacts on physical, mental, and emotional health. But what exactly is insomnia? It's more than just having trouble falling asleep. It can also show up as taking a long time to drift off, waking up multiple times during the night, or rising too early and being unable to fall back asleep. A lot of people think that the occasional sleepless night is no big deal, but when it becomes a regular pattern, the effects on the body can be severe. The human body is designed to operate on cycles known as circadian rhythms, which regulate many essential biological processes, including sleep. These rhythms are primarily influenced by natural light and the release of specific hormones like melatonin, often called the sleep hormone. When sleep is disrupted, as in the case of insomnia, hormonal imbalances occur. The main hormone affected is cortisol, the stress hormone. During deep sleep, cortisol levels drop, allowing the body to recover from the wear and tear of the day. But when sleep is insufficient, cortisol stays elevated, leaving you feeling tired, irritable, and drained the next morning. Another major impact of insomnia happens in the brain. Sleep is essential for memory consolidation, emotional processing, and mental balance. Chronic insomnia reduces activity in the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for decision-making and emotional regulation. As a result, people become less patient, more impulsive, and struggle to cope with everyday stress. The brain also releases vital chemicals during deep sleep that support overall health. Among these are serotonin and dopamine, neurotransmitters that regulate mood and motivation. When these chemicals are lacking, anxiety and depression can set in, making it even harder to relax and get restful sleep. Insomnia also weakens the immune system. While we sleep, the immune system strengthens itself by producing cells and proteins that fight off infections and inflammation. When someone consistently sleeps poorly, their body becomes more vulnerable to colds, flu, and even chronic diseases like diabetes and hypertension. Metabolic health takes a hit as well. Research shows that insomnia is linked to weight gain and an increased risk of obesity. That's because sleep helps regulate hunger hormones like ghrelin and leptin. When you don't sleep well, your body produces more ghrelin, which increases appetite, and less leptin, which signals fullness. The result? A stronger craving for sugary, high-calorie foods the next day. Now, when we talk about insomnia, we can't ignore its impact on your love life. Sleep plays a critical role in regulating hormones like testosterone and estrogen, both essential for desire and performance. In men, low testosterone levels can lead to erectile dysfunction and reduced libido. In women, lack of sleep can affect natural lubrication and lower sensitivity to pleasure. Insomnia also saps energy and drive. If you wake up tired, stressed, and sluggish, intimacy becomes less likely. Many couples struggle with their love lives without realizing that poor sleep might be at the root of the problem. It's not just the individual who suffers. Relationships do too. Mood swings, irritability, and a short temper can create tension and emotional distance between partners. When sleep deprivation becomes routine, the quality of the relationship can suffer, triggering a domino effect that impacts the couple's overall well-being. In the next topics, we'll dive deeper into how insomnia messes with your hormones, zaps your intimacy energy, and affects relationship quality. We'll also explore practical strategies to reduce these effects and reclaim your sleep, restoring balance to your physical, mental, and emotional health. Insomnia and hormonal imbalance, the impact on libido and desire. Sleep isn't just a time to rest. It's a critical period for the body's hormonal regulation. During deep sleep, especially the REM phase, a series of metabolic processes work to balance hormone levels, including those directly tied to libido and sexual desire. But when someone struggles with chronic insomnia, that delicate balance is disrupted, leading to a noticeable drop in interest and performance. One of the hormones most affected by lack of sleep is testosterone, important for both men and women. While it's often associated with male desire, testosterone also plays a vital role in female libido and pleasure. During sleep, especially deep sleep, the body reaches peak testosterone production, helping to maintain a healthy sex drive. However, studies have shown that insomnia can lower testosterone levels by as much as 15% in just 1 week, resulting in a significant decline in desire. For women, insomnia also disrupts the production of estrogen. This hormone is essential for natural lubrication and sexual responsiveness. When estrogen levels drop, women may experience less interest in intimacy, as well as discomfort during sex. Estrogen imbalance is also linked to mood swings, irritability, and fatigue, factors that further decrease the willingness to engage in intimate moments. Another key player impacted by poor sleep is dopamine, the neurotransmitter responsible for feelings of pleasure and reward. When we sleep well, dopamine is released in balanced amounts, enhancing feelings of satisfaction and enjoyment. But sleep deprivation lowers dopamine production, making it harder to feel pleasure, even from things that once brought joy. Cortisol, known as the stress hormone, also plays a major role. Naturally, cortisol is higher during the day to help us deal with challenges and stay alert. At night, its levels should drop so the body can relax and enter restful sleep. But for people with insomnia, cortisol levels stay elevated well into the night, which directly affects libido. High cortisol interferes with the production of both testosterone and estrogen, further reducing sexual desire. Beyond hormones, insomnia affects blood flow, another essential component of sexual performance. During deep sleep, circulation improves, ensuring that the genital area receives adequate blood supply. This is crucial for erectile function in men and for arousal and lubrication in women. Poor sleep, on the other hand, can lead to circulatory issues, making physical responses more difficult and causing frustration for both partners. The effects of insomnia on libido aren't just physical, they're also deeply emotional and psychological. Sexual desire is closely connected to emotional well-being and energy levels. When someone is sleep-deprived, exhaustion and irritability can make life feel less appealing overall. Plus, lack of sleep is a known contributor to anxiety and depression. 2. Major factors behind reduced libido. The impact of insomnia on a person's love life can quickly spiral into a vicious cycle. Low desire leads to less intimacy, which may create emotional distance or conflict in the relationship. These emotional strains then increase stress and anxiety, making it even harder to get a good night's sleep. In this way, insomnia doesn't just affect one person, it can affect the partner as well, potentially threatening the long-term quality of the relationship. Faced with this challenge, many people turn to artificial stimulants like caffeine or energy drinks, or even medications, for sexual dysfunction, in an attempt to compensate for their lack of energy and desire. But these are only temporary fixes that don't address the root of the issue. The real path to restoring libido and desire lies in improving sleep quality and allowing the body to naturally rebalance its hormones. Next, we'll look at how insomnia directly interferes with sexual performance and explore practical strategies to reduce those effects. From lifestyle changes to biohacking techniques, there are powerful ways to improve sleep, reignite passion, and enhance overall well-being. The connection between insomnia, stress, and anxiety, a cycle that affects your love life. Stress and anxiety are two of the biggest enemies of good sleep, and when combined with insomnia, they create a vicious cycle that can seriously affect your love life. When someone isn't sleeping well, both the body and mind shift into a constant state of alert, increasing stress levels and making it harder and harder to relax. That built-up tension doesn't just interfere with desire, it also gets in the way of maintaining a healthy, intimate relationship. The link between insomnia and stress lies in how the nervous system works. The human body operates in two main modes: the sympathetic nervous system, which kicks in during moments of stress or danger, and the parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for rest, relaxation, and recovery. The problem with insomnia is that it keeps the sympathetic system activated far longer than necessary, preventing the body from entering deep, restorative rest. This constant state of alert pushes the brain to produce more cortisol, the stress hormone. Elevated cortisol levels not only make it harder to fall and stay asleep, but also interfere with the production of key hormones like testosterone and estrogen, both essential for desire and pleasure. The result? A negative loop. The more stressed you are, the worse you sleep. The worse you sleep, the more cortisol builds up. And the more cortisol in your system, the lower your libido. Beyond hormones, the stress and anxiety caused by insomnia affect emotional presence and focus during intimate moments. Many people struggling with sleep report feeling disconnected from their partner because their mind is constantly preoccupied with day-to-day worries. That emotional distance can chip away at intimacy and lead to frustration within the relationship. Insomnia also dulls the perception of pleasure. As mentioned earlier, dopamine, the neurotransmitter responsible for feelings of reward and enjoyment, is disrupted by sleep deprivation. So even when intimacy happens, it might not feel as satisfying as it would if you were well rested. Another critical piece is how insomnia impacts self-esteem. When someone's running on poor sleep, physical and emotional exhaustion start to show. Puffy eyes, dull skin, low energy, all of this contributes to a negative self-image, often making people feel insecure or less inclined to be vulnerable with their partner. For couples dealing with this issue, open communication is key. It's common for one partner to misinterpret a lack of desire as emotional distance or loss of interest, when in reality, the root cause is stress and sleep deprivation. Talking about it honestly can help both partners understand the real issue and find solutions together, ultimately strengthening the relationship. Breaking the cycle of insomnia, stress, and its impact on your love life is possible. And here are a few powerful strategies to help. Create a calming bedtime routine. Avoid screens and overstimulating activities before bed. This helps reduce stress levels and signals to your body that it's time to unwind. Practice relaxation techniques. Meditation, deep breathing, and light stretching can activate the parasympathetic nervous system and promote a sense of calm. Adjust your diet. Cutting back on caffeine, alcohol, and heavy meals at night can lead to better sleep and more balanced hormones. Get regular physical activity. Exercise helps reduce anxiety and regulate sleep. Just avoid intense workouts close to bedtime. Invest in quality sleep. A dark, quiet, cool room makes a big difference in how well your body rests and recharges. When you improve sleep quality, hormonal balance is restored, anxiety levels drop, and your love life starts to feel more fulfilling again. Even small changes in your daily routine can break the cycle and bring more well-being, not just to your nights but to your entire relationship. How insomnia impacts relationship performance and satisfaction. Sleep plays a vital role in regulating both the body and mind. It directly influences your energy, mood, and overall sense of well-being. When insomnia becomes a recurring issue, its effects ripple into every part of life, including your performance and satisfaction in relationships. Sleep deprivation can lower physical stamina, dull your sensitivity to pleasure, and even lead to difficulty with arousal and orgasm. On top of that, it can create emotional distance between partners, damaging intimacy and connection. Low energy and the impact on performance. One of the first and most noticeable consequences of insomnia is the drop in energy and motivation. Intimacy requires both physical and mental effort, and when someone is running on little sleep, the desire to engage in romantic moments drops dramatically. The body relies on deep sleep for muscle recovery and cellular energy production. Without that rest, people often feel sluggish and unmotivated, making everything, including intimacy, feel like a chore. Fatigue also lowers physical endurance, which can make intimate experiences less enjoyable or even uncomfortable. Erectile dysfunction and arousal difficulties. For men, insomnia is closely linked to erectile dysfunction. As mentioned earlier, lack of sleep leads to reduced testosterone levels, a hormone essential for male sexual function. Poor sleep also disrupts blood flow, making it harder to maintain a satisfying erection. For women, insomnia can reduce vaginal lubrication and overall arousal. That's because a tired nervous system struggles to send the signals needed to heighten sensitivity and pleasure during intimate contact. Reduced sensitivity and orgasm challenges. Pleasure is largely driven by neurotransmitters like dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin, chemicals that trigger feelings of joy, connection, and satisfaction. When someone is sleep-deprived, the brain produces fewer of these feel-good chemicals, which means the body may not respond to stimulation in the same way. This can lead to difficulty reaching orgasm for both men and women. Sometimes, the body simply doesn't react with the same intensity, leaving the experience feeling flat or even frustrating. Insomnia and emotional distance in the relationship. The effects of insomnia go far beyond the physical. They also impact the emotional and psychological dynamics of a relationship. Sleep deprivation is linked to increased irritability and stress, making everyday interactions between partners more tense and reactive. Minor disagreements that could be resolved easily often turn into bigger arguments due to a lack of patience and poor communication. Insomnia can also lead to emotional disconnection. One or both partners may feel that the other is distant, less engaged, or uninterested in the relationship. When physical intimacy drops off, it's easy to misinterpret it as a lack of love or attraction, which breeds insecurity and unnecessary conflict. How to turn things around and restore performance. The good news is, it's possible to minimize the effects of insomnia on your love life and restore balance to your relationship. Here are some effective strategies. Improve sleep hygiene. Create a consistent bedtime routine and avoid nighttime distractions like screens and late-night snacks. Better sleep habits can dramatically improve sleep quality. Manage daily stress. Practices like meditation, yoga, and deep breathing help calm the mind and reduce cortisol levels, the stress hormone that interferes with rest and intimacy. Exercise regularly. Physical activity boosts circulation, balances hormone levels, and increases energy, which all support a healthier sex life. Follow a balanced diet. Avoid stimulating foods in the evening and prioritize a nutrient-rich diet to support hormone balance and libido. Create emotional connection moments. Spending quality time together outside of sexual contexts helps strengthen emotional bonds and reduces the impact of sleep issues on intimacy. By adopting these habits, it's possible to reverse the negative effects of insomnia, restore your energy, and significantly improve your love life. Small shifts in your daily routine can make a big difference in both satisfaction and connection within the relationship. Insomnia and hormonal imbalance. What's really happening in your body and how it affects your love life. The human body is a deeply interconnected system. When something falls out of balance, it can trigger a chain reaction of effects. Insomnia, beyond causing fatigue and irritability, has a significant impact on hormonal regulation, disrupting essential biological processes. One of the most affected systems is the one responsible for desire, performance, and reproductive health. During sleep, your body enters a restorative state where it regulates the endocrine system and produces key hormones in balanced amounts. These include testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, cortisol, and melatonin. When sleep is compromised, this entire hormonal system is thrown off, leading to lower libido, weakened physical response, and even fertility issues. Testosterone and libido. Testosterone is one of the most important hormones for sexual health, in both men and women. For men, it's vital for sex drive, sperm production, and the ability to achieve strong, lasting erections. In women, it also plays a key role in arousal, pleasure, and responsiveness to stimulation. Here's the issue. About 70% of daily testosterone is produced during sleep, especially in the REM phase. When someone suffers from insomnia or has fragmented sleep, testosterone levels drop dramatically. This leads to reduced sex drive, erectile dysfunction, and difficulty with arousal. Studies show that men who sleep less than 5 hours a night can experience up to a 15% drop in testosterone levels, hormonally, aging their bodies by 10 to 15 years. The impact on women is just as real, often leading to vaginal dryness, decreased desire, and reduced sensitivity to touch. Estrogen and progesterone, the female cycle connection. For women, insomnia can interfere with the production of estrogen and progesterone, two hormones critical for a healthy menstrual cycle and stable libido. Estrogen supports vaginal lubrication and sensitivity, while progesterone has a calming effect and helps regulate sleep patterns. When sleep is consistently disrupted, these hormone levels can decline, leading to a noticeable dip in sex drive, irregular periods, and more intense PMS symptoms. Low estrogen can also make intimacy physically uncomfortable due to vaginal dryness and reduced blood flow to the pelvic area. Cortisol, the stress hormone that shuts down desire. Cortisol is one of the biggest culprits when it comes to how insomnia affects your love life. Known as the stress hormone, cortisol spikes when the body is under pressure, and sleep deprivation is a major source of stress. When cortisol levels are high, the body prioritizes survival over pleasure, reducing the production of both testosterone and estrogen. That means people who consistently sleep poorly often experience a dramatic drop in libido, along with increased anxiety and irritability, two more ingredients for relationship tension. To make matters worse, high cortisol levels also disrupt sleep quality, creating a vicious cycle. Insomnia raises stress, and stress leads to even poorer sleep. Over time, this feedback loop can lead to chronic fatigue, depression, and long-term hormonal imbalances, affecting not just your love life, but your overall well-being. Melatonin, more than just the sleep hormone. Melatonin is often called the sleep hormone, but its influence reaches far beyond your sleep cycle. It also plays a role in supporting libido and regulating the production of other key hormones. During deep sleep, melatonin works in tandem with testosterone and estrogen to keep the reproductive system functioning optimally. If insomnia disrupts melatonin production, the entire hormonal system can go out of sync. Melatonin also has antioxidant properties and helps protect cells, promote muscle recovery, and support emotional balance, all of which are crucial for a satisfying romantic and sexual life. How to restore hormonal balance and improve your love life. The good news? There are practical, science-backed strategies to reverse the damage caused by insomnia and rebalance your hormones. Here are a few you can start with. Stick to consistent sleep schedules. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day helps reset your internal clock and stabilizes hormone production. Avoid blue light at night. The light from phones and screens suppresses melatonin, making it harder for your body to rest and regulate hormones properly. Eat hormone-boosting foods. Avocados, nuts, eggs, and omega-3 rich fish support the natural production of testosterone and estrogen. Wind down with calming rituals. Try meditation, deep breathing, or a warm bath before bed to lower cortisol levels and prepare your body for rest. Cut back on caffeine and alcohol in the evening. Both can interfere with your sleep cycle and throw your hormones further out of balance. Move your body. Regular exercise helps reduce cortisol, increase testosterone, and boost circulation, all of which contribute to a healthier sex drive. By improving your sleep quality, you can gradually restore hormonal balance, boosting your energy, mood, and intimacy. Even small changes to your daily routine can create a powerful ripple effect in your love life and overall health. How to improve sleep quality and reignite your love life. Practical strategies and essential habits. If you've made it this far, you already know how insomnia can negatively impact your love life in more ways than one, from low libido, erectile dysfunction, and vaginal dryness to irritability, emotional disconnection, and relationship strain. But here's the good news. There are effective ways to reverse this damage and reclaim both your sleep and your desire. The key lies in developing habits that naturally regulate your sleep cycle, lower stress levels, and optimize hormone production. In this topic, we'll dive into practical strategies to boost your sleep quality and restore your physical, emotional, and intimate well-being. Set a consistent sleep schedule. Your body follows a circadian rhythm, a built-in biological clock that regulates everything from hormone production to sleep. If you go to bed and wake up at random times, your body gets confused and struggles to release essential hormones like melatonin and testosterone. What to do? Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Avoid long naps. During the day, they can throw off your natural rhythm. Benefits: balanced hormone production, more energy and enthusiasm for intimacy, less fatigue and moodiness. Avoid blue light at night. Blue light from phone, tablet, and computer screens interferes with melatonin production, the hormone that helps you fall asleep. When melatonin is suppressed, your sleep quality suffers, and that disrupts hormone balance and sexual desire. What to do? Power down screens at least 1 hour before bed. If you must use a device, wear blue light blocking glasses. Use warm, soft lighting in your bedroom. It's less disruptive to melatonin production. Benefits: deeper, more restorative sleep. Better hormone regulation for healthy libido. Less grogginess in the morning. Clean up your diet. What you eat directly affects your energy levels, hormone balance, and sleep quality. High sugar, caffeine, and processed carbs can cause blood sugar spikes and make it harder to fall asleep. What to do? Eat foods high in tryptophan, like bananas, oats, and nuts. They support melatonin production. Add magnesium-rich foods like spinach and almonds to promote restful sleep. Skip caffeine and alcohol at night. They disrupt deep sleep. Benefits: natural hormone support for sexual health, less stress and anxiety, more restful, uninterrupted sleep. Get regular exercise. Physical activity is one of the best ways to lower stress, boost your mood, and enhance libido. It also improves blood circulation, which is key for sexual function. What to do? Aim for 30 minutes of cardio, walking, running, dancing, at least 5 days a week. Include strength training, weightlifting, yoga, Pilates, to support testosterone and estrogen production. Avoid high-intensity workouts right before bed. They can raise cortisol and make it harder to sleep. Benefits: more energy and stamina, less stress, better mood, deeper, more refreshing sleep. Practice relaxation techniques. Before bed, stress and anxiety are major obstacles to both sleep and intimacy. Your body needs to be in a relaxed state to release the right hormones at the right time. What to do? Try guided meditation or deep breathing before bed. Take a warm bath to relax your muscles and calm your mind. Use calming essential oils like lavender to reduce tension. Benefits: lower stress and anxiety before bed, more peaceful and continuous sleep, greater emotional and physical intimacy. 6. Improve your bedroom environment. Where you sleep can significantly impact how well you sleep. A messy, noisy, or overly bright room can prevent you from fully winding down. What to do? Use blackout curtains to block out external light. Keep the room cool, ideally between 64 degrees and 72 degrees. Invest in a quality mattress and replace your pillows regularly. Benefits: deep, uninterrupted sleep, greater comfort and intimacy. Fewer wake-ups during the night. Conclusion: small habits, big changes. If insomnia is affecting your love life, start applying these strategies today. Small shifts in your daily routine can lead to powerful results in your energy, libido, and overall well-being. A combination of quality sleep, clean nutrition, and relaxation can transform your life, deepening your connection with yourself and your partner. Most importantly, be consistent. Results don't show overnight, but with time, the impact is profound. Pay attention to how your body responds and adjust as needed. If necessary, seek professional help to regulate your sleep and hormone levels. You do have the power to reclaim your health and your love life, and it all starts with a good night's sleep. Enjoyed the content? Hit the like button, subscribe to the Evolução Saudável channel, and turn on the bell for more videos on health, healthy habits, biohacking, and longevity. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this.